friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
A 90-year-old veteran shares the unexpected way he honors his late wife by skydiving. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. 90-year-old veteran Bill Rodgers of New Hampshire goes skydiving once a year for a very special reason. He goes to honor his late wife, Natalie, who passed away in 2017. Bill and Natalie were married for 63 years when she passed away in March 2017 after a stroke. Welcomed 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren over the years. They met at a football game when Bill was just 14 years old. When I first looked at her, I couldn't keep my eyes off her. I asked her to walk her home. She agreed, Bill said in a video from WMUR-TV. We held hands, I walked her home. We looked at each other, and we both knew that it was going to be forever. On July 7th, Bill went skydiving in Pepperell, Massachusetts. This was his 6th time skydiving. My wife talked to me all the way down, Bill says. She said, I've got you in my arms. What a heartwarming and adventurous thing to do each year. Going skydiving isn't for everyone, but for Bill, it is a way to feel closer to his beloved wife. For him, it isn't just jumping out of a plane. It's a way to celebrate his marriage and remember all the time the two of them had together. I love doing it because I know I'm in her arms all the way to the ground, the Korean War veteran said. His interviews show how much he truly loves his wife and their years together. She was just an amazing human being. Everyone loved her. I loved her more than life. I still do, Bill tells the reporter, and that much is clear. When asked what Natalie would think of him going skydiving, Bill replies, every time I jump out of a plane, I can hear her say, Billy, you're as crazy as ever. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Ephesians 5:25. Dennis Quaid and Jonathan Roumie in hilarious Reagan meets Jesus viral video. Written by Melton Quintanilla. Read by Julie Provost. Actors Jonathan Roumie of The Chosen and Reagan star Dennis Quaid recently did a humorous back and forth in their respective characters, posted to social media Wednesday. As reported by the Daily Caller, Roumie is known for his breakout role as Jesus Christ in the hit series The Chosen, while Dennis Quaid is gearing up to play former President Ronald Reagan in an upcoming biopic. At some point, both men met Harvest Christian Fellowship pastor Greg Laurie, who filmed their answers to a series of important questions, including, what if Ronald Reagan met Jesus? What would he say? I was with Dennis Quaid and Jonathan Roumie recently. Since Dennis had a film coming out at the end of the month titled Reagan, where he plays the title role of the 40th President of the United States, and Jonathan plays the role of Jesus so powerfully in The Chosen, I had an idea, Laurie wrote. What if Ronald Reagan met Jesus? What would he say? What would Jesus say? It's all meant in fun, he added. Enjoy. I know I did when they did this. P.S. This was shot on an iPhone, so it's not the highest quality, Laurie concluded. I was wondering if you could help me out with the Contras down in Central America, Quaid replied in character as Reagan, and if you could talk to the Russians, I'd appreciate that too, he added. The biopic titled Reagan is scheduled to be released in theaters August 30th, 2024. Portraying Ronald Reagan was an enormous challenge, told the Daily Caller. I think what's going to appeal to the audience is you're getting the whole story, he added. I've always been told bits and pieces of the story from Reagan's life. This movie puts the whole story together. Dennis Quaid will star along with Penelope Ann Miller as Nancy Reagan, Mina Sauvé as Reagan's first wife, Jane Wyman, Leslie Ann Down as Margaret Thatcher, David Henry as teenage Reagan, Kevin Dillon as Jack Warner, and John Voight as KGB agent Victor Petropavlovich.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.